go see it. I will more than likely film a review of it. And then also once that happens, I'll update this ranking video. But as of right now, this is my current ranking of the Ghostbusters movies. Yes, including the 2016 remake. Ghostbusters 2. Where do I even start with this one? It's just a complete show of a movie, honestly. Like, this is what I was worried that Ghostbusters 2016 was going to be. That, but at a worse scale, in that it would have taken, because Ghostbusters 2 basically took everything that was good and likable about the first movie and just completely shat all over it. Like, seriously. Like, and knowing that they did that whole bull. The main couple from the previous film that got together splits up, and then eventually they get back together, and I'm just like, and I guess that within early on when watching the movie for the first time, I totally get that. Like, I totally got that's the plot point they were going for. Like, that's where they were leading the plot. Is that Bill Murray and Sigourney Weaver's character break up so that they could just eventually get back together anyway. And it's like, why even have that if you're just going to get back together anyway? Knowing that, they throw this baby subplot in the mix, and it's like... Also, the main antagonist, I don't really like. In fact, he's completely forgettable. Like, the only thing I remember is that freaking painting that I was making fun of that, to me, kind of reminded me of Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars. Like,
yes, you want to buy my art. Good. I can feel the artist in you.
Like, seriously, that's all I had in my mind was Emperor Palpatine. I mean, the painting looks nothing like Emperor Palpatine, but that's what I had in my mind. And knowing that, they also did that whole thing where apparently have it to where the whole town doesn't believe the Ghostbusters, even though there was a freaking giant Stay Puft Marshmallow Man freaking attacking the city in the first one. And also, another sin to add to this is that it's not funny. I didn't laugh whatsoever throughout that movie. Whatsoever. In fact, it was unbearable to get through. The only good thing about Ghostbusters 2 is that it gave me a lot more appreciation for that original movie. Because honestly, before that, I thought the original Ghostbusters was just okay. Nothing special. But I did like it enough. Ghostbusters 2 made me saw what Ghostbusters 1 could have been like and how bad it could have been. And therefore made me appreciate the first one even more. That's the only good thing to have come out of Ghostbusters 2 for me. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I'm playing Ghostbusters 2 at the number 3 spot. Moving on. Ghostbusters from 2016. Yes, the remake is in the second spot as of right now. Honestly, I was actually really dreading this movie because I was hearing nothing but bad things for the most part. And the marketing for this movie sure as hell did not help with that, because the marketing for this movie was just awful. It was just awful. The marketing for this film made the film look a lot worse than it really was. Honestly, for me, I was genuinely surprised by this movie because, one, I did not thought I would have enjoyed it that much. I did enjoy the 2016 movie. I really did. I enjoyed it a hell of a lot more than Ghostbusters 2. In fact, I thought the 2016 movie was a f***ing improvement. And I did actually like some of the main characters. I especially liked Kristen Wiig as Erin, Melissa McCarthy as Abby. I did like their chemistry together. I thought Leslie Jones was okay. Honestly, I did like the villain in this a lot more. I still think he's forgettable, but at least when he possesses the body of Chris Hemsworth, enjoyable. Also, the action is a lot better in this than even the other two movies. I will get the remake credit. This film has the best action in any of the Ghostbusters movies. So that's the one thing this film got better than the original two, is the action sequences. Also, I thought the story was a lot better than Ghostbusters 2, although to be fair, it did borrow a lot from the story of the original movie. And honestly, I did laugh a lot more in this one than Ghostbusters 2. But the reason why it's not number one is because, for one, I didn't like some of the characters. Like, I didn't like the character of Jillian. I just thought she was flat out irritating and cringeworthy. Also, I didn't like Chris Hemsworth's character as Kevin. I felt like they made him too much of a complete idiot. And, you know, they could have made him a funny idiot, but they decided not to. And I know Chris Hemsworth can be funny. And it's like, also, the main villain for the most part is also forgettable. I would say nowhere near as forgettable as the villain in Ghostbusters 2, but the only time I really enjoyed the villain again was when he possessed the body of Chris Hemsworth in it. And honestly, that's also the only time I found Chris Hemsworth enjoyable in this movie, is when he got to portray kind of, sort of, the villain of the movie. But for all those reasons, that's why I have the Ghostbusters remake at my number 2 spot. The original Ghostbusters. Where else did you thought this would have been placed on the list? Honestly, for me, again, at first, I thought it was just an okay movie. You know, I did like it enough, but I didn't feel like it was nothing special. But Ghostbusters 2 made me appreciate the original a hell of a lot more. And yeah, I think it's the funniest movie out of the series, actually. I do like a lot of the humor. I like the chemistry between the main set of characters, like main cast, like Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis. I'm forgetting the fourth one, but yeah. But all of them had really great chemistry with each other, especially the main three, because the fourth Ghostbuster doesn't come into a lot later in the movie. So, and the villain is much more memorable with Zool, and the Zool dogs. All of those are much more memorable. Also, it's a film where we got that iconic Ghostbusters theme. It's like, seriously, that theme song is probably the best thing in each of these movies, no matter how bad they get. And honestly, I can't say not much about the original, because honestly, it's pretty good. So that was my ranking for all the Ghostbusters films that are here currently. And honestly, I think you guys might be at least surprised by my list. I think you guys probably were expecting me to put the 2016 Ghostbusters movie at the number spot, but honestly, I think that one was a lot better and more enjoyable to watch than Ghostbusters 2. But both of them do not compare to the original. I'm honestly kind of excited to see what Jason Reitman has planned for the 2020 movie, technically Ghostbusters, which I will go see that. When I do, I'll film a review for it, and then I'll update my ranking video of all the Ghostbusters movies. But honestly, for me, I felt like the original did not need a franchise, especially if the films turn out to are not able to hold a candle to the first one. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. And who are you going to call? Anybody but who was ever involved with Ghostbusters 2, that's for sure.